Yeah, you cut it off.
My hair's gone.
Yeah, you cut it off.
I'm gonna break down what's happening in this video and show you how we could be more helpful next time. The first thing I notice is how regulated the parent is. A lot of parents would be freaking out and crying and upset, and this parent sounds calm and regulated and not putting her emotions onto the child and not trying to make the child feel some type of way about what had happened. When we come in with these big reactions, trying to make the child feel bad or feel a certain type of way, it distracts the child from noticing their own feelings about what happened. And how she feels about what happened is the actual consequence of her actions. And when we allow her to feel her own feelings, it'll motivate her to learn to do better next time.
Why did you cut your hair?
Like this?
No, I mean, it doesn't work like that. I mean, that's where it came from, but that's not how it works. Oh, God.
Go to stick.
It's gone. You gotta wait for it to grow. You can't just stick it back on, Mama.
I can't see.
It's gone. It's bald. Oh, baby. Yeah, that's why we don't cut our own hair, okay?
Now, this mom is trying to use logic and reasoning to show her child how the world works and teach her to do better next time. But the problem with that is that the child is currently in an emotional state. And so she's not able to take in new information and learn the new thing that mom is trying to teach her right now. Instead of saying something like, that's why we don't cut our own hair, it might be more helpful to say something like, you seem sad. You want your hair to be back on your head. Our wisdom and our advice about problem solving tend to go a lot farther when we take time to help children feel seen and understood first.
Lost. It's gone.
It is gone. That's why we don't cut our hair, okay? Cause it doesn't grow back. I mean, it's got to grow back. You can't just stick it back on. It's not like the Barbies.
I lost my hair.
Yeah, you did.
What am I gonna do?
Yeah. You cut it off, girl.
Now, the mom isn't saying anything, which honestly can sometimes be just as good of a strategy as anything else. Really allowing her time to process that and letting her sit with the consequences of her own actions.
I wish it worked that way.
Wow.
I really wish it did work that way. But unfortunately, it doesn't. Yeah.
I lost my hair.
Yeah, you lost your hair. You cut it off. Why did you cut your hair, baby? Huh? Look at Mama. Look at Mama. Hey, why did you cut your hair?
Two quick things here. Some children, especially neurodivergent children, have a hard time with eye contact. So avoid trying to force eye contact. You're just wasting your time, you're wasting your breath, and they can listen without giving you eye contact. And asking a child why they did something in the midst of an emotional moment is often going to be unhelpful. Because this executive state part of the brain is in the very beginning stages of developing, and this is the part of the brain that they have to use and access to answer that question. And it's harder to access that small piece that they have developed when they're in an emotional state.
Lost my
It'll be okay. It'll grow back. It'll just take a while. Okay? Okay, Mama?
Now, the immature empathy style that's being used here is saving. She's trying to save this child from her emotions, and children don't need saving from their emotions. And like I said previously, it actually helps them learn from the consequences of their actions. We often use this immature empathy style because we have a hard time dealing with our own emotions when we see them upset dealing with their emotions. And instead of making it seem like it's not a big deal, we want to practice accepting the emotions and accepting the moment as it is, as opposed to dismissing it. Now, to help the child move from an emotional state to an executive state, I might use the scale of choices. And that might sound something like this. I have an idea. I can either put it in a ponytail for you, or we can get a hat to put on your head. You choose. Now, if they're resistant to the choices and they're like, I don't want to do that. I just want my hair back, or whatever the case is, that's a sign that they're not ready to move up the brain. They're not ready for the problem solving yet. And that's a sign that we can go back to empathy and holding space for them and just helping them process what happened. Overall, I would say that this parent was pretty helpful. She responded better than what most of us would have responded in a situation like this. It definitely responded better than what I've seen most of us respond in situations like this. And remember, avoid being a perfectionist, be an improvementist. The goal isn't to be perfect every day. The goal is to improve a little every day. You got this.